You are the sovereign state of you, my friend. And like any other sovereign state in the world, you need to have borders. But for us as human beings, we call those boundaries. Because people are always going to try and test your boundaries. People are always going to try and see if they can encroach on you and see what they can take from you. People, by and large, that's how they move. It's a little bit selfish, but it's the nature of the game. And as your sovereign state, what you have to do and realize is, this is where I stand. This is what I will allow. This is what I will not. But that is nothing without enforcing them. Enforce them. Selfishly, I've spoken about being selfish before on this channel. You have to enforce it. Not just for the betterment of you, but for the betterment of everyone around you. In society, if everyone is just going and jumping on top of each other and woo-tang, slash and grab, then what are we? We are just living in a lawless, savage way. But on a more personal level, we have conflicts within family when we don't enforce boundaries. People will be able to walk all over you. And sometimes people who like to encroach on those boundaries, they often do it not knowing. Some people, of course, do it very well knowing. But sometimes people do it like, this is just how things have always been. This is how I treat people. But you have to be like, no, this is not how I treat people. It's a new day. Get those old musty thoughts out of your head, bro. My time is my time. My space is my space. I want to be able to rest and relax when I want to. I want to be able to stretch out where I want to. But a very important thing about this is that you also have to do the same for other people's boundaries too. It's a give and take, like anything in life. Give a little, get a little. It's a line from one of my favorite series, The Wire. I love it so much. Give a little, take a little. And like any sovereign state, we like to trade. Be it our skills, be it our time, be it anything that you would trade with someone else, right? Be it our love. Ooh, that's a big one. Trading our love. But if it's just an open gate, people will take that love and put it into a trash can and burn it right in front of you. Because you decided that it's okay. Setting up boundaries, though, is very hard. It's difficult. Let's take the family institution as the first port of call, because a lot of people, that's where their first social interactions happen within the family. You would have, let's say, mom and dad. Maybe mom is someone that you're able to talk to a little bit easier. She always gives you that space. She's a little bit more caring. Dad is probably the ball buster. And dad is like, whatever I do goes. Because it's a generational thing. The generation before us had it a little bit tougher. Their generation before them, probably more so tough. So a lot of the things that they do this is how we survived. And I think that this is how we will survive in the future. But now we learn more about social dynamics. What works best, what doesn't quite work. And then we have to adjust our thinking moving forward. With all the advancements that are being made, it would be very weird for human beings to not advance as well. So then you go to the ballbuster dad and you be like, hey, sometimes when you want to do things, other people's time doesn't stop automatically. You have to consider that. It's not a disrespect thing, whatever. I know in some certain cultures, it's you have to listen to the adults in the room, etc. But that's the beauty of time. As time goes on, a lot of research happens. And then you realize, yes, respect is very good. But on the other flip side of that, it's also good to have mutual respect. Mutual respect is a thing. And then being like, this is where I stand. I need you to understand that. And that by you encroaching on that, there is, I don't want to say you pay a penalty, but there are some consequences that will be had for not doing that. Now, of course, it's difficult as well when you're saying this, because one statement or one source of truthful advice, it doesn't suffice. Because our social lives are not copy-pasted. They aren't the same. It's not a printing press. But the basic underlying truth is the same for everyone. That over here, if I give you respect, you should give me respect back too. And the consequence of that is, well, you aren't allowed to enjoy in my experience of life. You can't be a part of it. And you have to throttle how much access they have to you. It sounds very difficult, and it is difficult. Especially if you're in well-established patterns that go back years, that go back decades. Changing that. it becomes tough. But another way to also realize this is to put yourself outside of yourself for a second and to be like, would I accept this from me? And if you wouldn't allow yourself to do that to yourself, why are you allowing other people to do that to you? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Right, we break it down and we come back to the logical. It doesn't make any sense. What are you saying, my guy? Be that sovereign state that enforces its borders. But again, enforcing your borders doesn't mean that you don't want other people. I don't want to go into political things, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. But be that one that has strong enough borders that when they are respected by other sovereign nations that have their own boundaries and borders, then we can come together and we can trade up and down the middle and grow. That's all it is.